Hey everybody, welcome back to week number 1 of Ash's Fantasy Facts. Hopefully you had a great draft. It is finally upon us. In fact, we got a game tonight, Green Bay and New Orleans. Now, each and every week, I'm going to try to help you succeed. You drafted the players. Now, it's my job to tell you which ones to play and which ones to sit each and every week. And we'll start with the quarterback position. Let's get right to it. A couple quarterbacks I really like this week. One is Matt Schaub of the Houston Texans. Last year, Schaub and the Texans took it to the Colts. Guess who they have in week 1 this year? The Colts. Colts don't have Peyton Manning. The Colts are a mess right now, and I think Matt Schaub and the Texans are the favorites to win this division. I think it all starts in week 1. So if you got Schaub, start him. Another good start this week, believe it or not, is right here in Arizona, Kevin Kolb. Hey, if the Cardinals are ever going to blow someone out, it's in week 1 against Carolina, the worst team by far in the NFL. Look for Kolb to put up some decent numbers through the air. Now we'll go to the tread lightlies. I would say tread lightly with Peyton Manning, but actually just don't tread at all. He's out. The 227 consecutive starts is over. Now I'm going to give you a bit of advice. Watch the waiver wire this weekend. See what quarterbacks who weren't drafted do well, and then grab one of them if Peyton Manning's on your roster, because Manning is going to miss more than 1 week, in my opinion. And another tread lightly, and I like this guy a lot, Matthew Stafford of the Detroit Lions. In fact, I think the Lions are playoff bound. However, I want to wait and see his timing. He missed all of last year, basically. I want to see what Matthew Stafford's all about before I throw him into my starting lineup. Let's move on to the running backs position. And yeah, believe it or not, we're going to have another Arizona Cardinal in week 1. Beanie Wells. This is your time, Beanie. No more Tim Hightower. He's in the nation's capital. It's all about you. You know, Coach Wisenhunt wants to establish the run. I think they will try to do that in week 1, again, against a bad Carolina defense. I think Beanie gets into the end zone and probably gets about 20 touches in the game. Another start I like at the running back position is Sean Green of the New York Jets. Now, Green was a major disappointment last year, in my opinion. Part of that was because LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, had a little drink out of the fountain of youth. I think LT will start to show signs of slowing down this year. They will rely heavily on Sean Green. I like his week 1 matchup against Dallas. Now, a couple of the guys I'm going to tread lightly with at the running back position. One is a rookie, Mark Ingram from the New Orleans Saints. I like him. I have him on one of my rosters. I just don't know that in week 1, tonight, Thursday night game, everyone watching, plus they have about 5 or 6 running backs in New Orleans. I don't know how they're going to divvy up the carries. Until I find out, I am going to leave Mark Ingram on my bench. And another tread lightly at running back is Cedric Benson. Nice pick, Ced. Yeah, he spent the last 5 days in jail. Now, it's not Plaxico Burress style, but he wasn't with his team, wasn't preparing as well as I would have liked, and I don't like his matchup against Cleveland this weekend. I am going to sit Cedric Benson in week 1. Let's move on to the wide receivers position. Now, a lot of wide receivers could be having some big years. A couple of guys I'm going to pick out, I think will. One is Vincent Jackson of the San Diego Chargers. Vincent Jackson missed all of last year, basically, with the contract holdout. However, when he returned, we realized Phillip Rivers really liked throwing to the big fella. I think that continues, and that starts in week 1 against Minnesota. And another guy that had a phenomenal season last year is Dwayne Bowe of the Kansas City Chiefs, a touchdown machine. And I think he picks up right where he left off as they take on Buffalo this week. Let's move on to the tread lightlies at the wide receiver position. The three amigos. Yeah, every single wide receiver, anyone that can catch the ball in Indianapolis, I am not playing. Austin Collie, who's been banged up, Pierre Garçon, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark. I'm scared of all those guys until number 18 returns to the lineup. And my other tread lightly at wide receiver is from the Denver Donkeys, Brandon Lloyd. He had a great season last year, phenomenal season. I don't think he's going to have a repeat performance. Now, Awesome was gone in Oakland, and that's who they play in week 1. I'm just going to tread lightly with Brandon Lloyd until he proves to me that he wasn't a one-hit wonder. It's time now for one of my favorite parts of the show. It's the sleeper of the week. I try to find a guy that maybe you're not sure if you should put in. I think he's going to have a good week, so throw him in your lineup, and that is Ryan Matthews, the running back for the San Diego Chargers. Disappointment as a rookie. I think his sophomore year, he flourishes. He is going to come out and be a big-time running back for the number 1 offense in the NFL last year, the San Diego Chargers. Plus, they're going against Minnesota in week 1, who had the 25th ranked rush defense last season. Ryan Matthews is a go. Now it's time for the dud of the week, the guy who's not a go. This guy's named Ryan as well, Ryan Grant of the Green Bay Packers. Grant was a dud in week 1 last year, 47 yards, and he tore up his ankle and missed the rest of the season. I don't think he'll be that big of a dud. However, he is going to split carries with James Starks. And until I see exactly what that carry split looks like, I'm sitting Ryan Grant if I'm a fantasy owner with him on my roster. That's it. That's how we do it. That's Ash's Fantasy Facts for week number 1. Now, if you have questions leading up to the games, make sure you email me, ash@arizonasports.com, or you can follow me on Facebook, Mark Asher, ask me questions there, or on Twitter, @Ash620. Don't forget, we got a game tonight. Get your rosters in on time, and good luck in week 1.